Hi everyone, I want to show you what it looks like to go through the onboarding procedure. I logged into my student account and I'm going to click on our class. At this point, we need to go to Proctortrack, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to click on Tools and then click on Proctortrack. Your screen will look a little bit differently because I've already gone through the onboarding procedure and I've already passed. But I'm going to go through it again so that you can see what it looks like. You'll see that there's an onboarding exam set up. You're going to want to click on Go to Test. At this point, the process is simply going to give you some information. So first, it's going to explain to you how the system works. So you can read this information about downloading and running the software. Go ahead and click Next. Proctortrack is now telling us it's going to run a system check where it looks at our computer to make sure we meet all of the system requirements. Click Next. Proctortrack is going to perform an identity check, so it's going to look at your face and it's going to look at your ID. Click Next. After you go through that procedure, Proctortrack is going to launch the onboarding test. So that's essentially how the system works. At this point, scroll down, and it's going to give you some basic information about how to get started. Take some time to read through these things because these things are important. You're going to want to be in a private testing area. You're going to make sure that there's not a lot of noise in the background. Read through these important items. When you get to the bottom, click on I have read and understand the requirements, and then click on Go to the next step. This part is important. This is where you're going to download the Proctortrack software. And this can look different depending on the computer you're using and the browser that you're using. So I'm going to click on Download Proctortrack. Here's the file. I'm going to click on Save File. It's now asking me where I want to save the file. I'm going to save it right here. I actually already have a copy of it. I'll just say replace it. It's then going to download the file. You have to wait for that file to download. And once it's downloaded, then you're going to want to run the installation program. So on my browser, I can tell that it was downloaded already. I'm going to see this file right here, and I'm just going to click on Open File. At this point, it's launching Proctortrack. And now Proctortrack is trying to connect. It says that the connection is successful. I'm going to click on I confirm my consent, agreement, and acknowledge all of the policies described below. And then I'm going to start the system check. So click on System Check. At this point, it's going to ask you to select your camera and microphone. And automatically it sees my camera and automatically it has detected my microphone. So I'm just going to click on Confirm. Now it's doing the system check. So it's going to check my keyboard, my mouse, my hard drive, my monitor, my microphone, my webcam, and my system in general. And it looks like I passed. So at this point now it wants to do a face scan. So I'm going to try to get my face within that head. And now I'm going to click on where it says Scan. All right, now it wants me to face to the left. And now it wants me to face to the right. Great. Now it's saying, can you see your face visibly and properly? Is it properly lit? I'm going to say, yes, it is. Now you need to have your ID and you need to scan it. So I'm going to click on Next. And then I'm going to put my ID so that it appears within those blue borders. And once I'm happy with its placement, I'm going to click on Scan. All right, it shows my scan and it looks like it's readable. So I'm going to say yes, it looks like a readable scan. Now it's ready to start the onboarding exam. The onboarding exam is really just a fake exam. It just has one question on it. It's just to make sure that you can actually go through the procedures, and then on exam day, when we have a real exam, you'll be able to use the software. So go ahead and take a second to look at the guidelines, because these are going to be the same guidelines essentially when it comes to our actual exams. So you can look at them and then scroll from page to page. Once you get to the last page and you've read everything and understand everything, you can see what's not allowed and what is allowed. Then you can click on I agree. Now at this point, it's actually starting to record. You can see a little video of me down here, and sometimes that gets in the way, so you can go ahead and move it. You see how it was actually in the way of the begin button? So every exam that you take is going to have a password. And in order for you to get that password, you're going to have to copy the exam access code. So go ahead and click on copy. It's telling you you're ready to proceed. Paste in the quiz access code to the box when it's required. To paste using a mouse, right click and then click paste. And that's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to click on close. And at this point, I want to begin the exam. So I'm going to click on begin. It's asking for that password. I'm going to right click and select paste. At that point, I can say submit and the exam will begin. And here's that one test question. Of the following common ice cream flavors, which would you most prefer? Chocolate, of course, is the correct answer. Once I have that in there, I can say save and submit. So this is exactly how it will look on exam day. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to submit your exam? I'm going to say okay. And at this point, it's graded it and it's ready for me to review the results. So at this point, you can click on OK and you'll see the results of your test. Once you've viewed your results and you're done with that, you can click again on OK. And now you're basically done with the exam. What is not obvious about using Proctortrack is now how to end the proctoring. If you go up to the top right of your screen, you'll see a couple very small blue arrows. If you click on those, that section will expand. And one option that you have is to end the proctoring session. So go ahead and click on end. At this point, it's asking me, are you sure you want to end the proctoring session? And I need to say, yes, I have completed and submitted my tests. Once I click on that, I can end the session. And if I want to end it right away, I can just click on End Now. At this point, Proctortrack is going to upload that session. Remember, you were being videotaped. Your computer was being monitored. So all that information now is being uploaded so that your instructor can look at it later. Now that the upload is complete, you can either quit the application and save it on your computer for the next time you need it, or you can completely uninstall Proctortrack. I recommend at this point that you just quit the application because when exam 1 comes around, you'll already have it installed on your computer and you're ready to go. Proctortrack now will analyze your onboarding procedure to see if you pass. And it will automatically pass you as long as everything looks good. If there's some type of problem, it'll flag that problem and it'll ask me to take a look. So it's possible you might need to do the onboarding procedure again if there's a problem. But as long as you follow the instructions and the demonstration that I just showed you, I think everything will probably go fine. So good luck and let me know if you have any questions.